sounds like an infinitely weirder game. We're playing the Oyster Worlds. I don't know. It's really like the idea of the Oyster Worlds and what that possibly entails. Worlds consisting entirely of oysters. Such madness cannot be contained. Why can't I walk right? Well, everybody, we're back. In some capacity. And as always, this will be the last episode. Also, about jokes aside. I say because I've promised the last episode first.
Hold on. I thought this place was supposed to be abandoned.
Must be our shadowy nemesis from the OCI.
It's an OCI. I wasn't paying attention. It's been a bit. It's been a couple days, okay? And I can barely remember things in the best of scenarios. So you're rolling back like
Here we go!
We're pretty good at this.
Easy does it.
Nice hit.
calm down, Victor. You don't need to get your panties in a twist. Why don't we have giant robots in the real world, huh? Why are robots on Earth so shitty? Like, has anybody made a good robot? And the answer is no. I mean, there's the Boston Dynamics robot, right? And then his subsequent robot dog.
Nice hit.
Would I call them good robots? No, I call them okay robots. Right? What have they done for me lately? What have they done for me? Period. I don't know. The one thing, right? The one thing I do and don't like about, you know, automation in the workplace, like I would love robots to replace everybody, as long as like we
not very sanitary anymore.
Fucking,
if it ever was.
Chart some amazing. The thing is, right? Let me start off with I'm not a communist. No, it's always those statements, right? When you start off with I'm not a blank, but right, I'm no fucking commie. I hate communism. I hate it. Dumb. Worst idea ever. Never be a communist, kids. Better dead than red. That's a fact. Communism has never worked. It has been tried many times, so don't let those commies tell you otherwise. All semi and non-semi jokes aside, the problem with automation as it stands currently is it just seems to leak out of like everybody's paycheck essentially, right? So like if I were to automate, say, a McDonald's, right? That McDonald's goes from needing X amount of workers, let's say 10, right? How many people work at McDonald's at any given point? I'd say probably upwards of 10, right? Yeah. Maybe, let's say a cashier for the, let's be realistic. Let's say one cashier for the back, one to take orders, one to hand you shit, right? One to take orders in the front of house. A drinks person, let's say 3 line cooks. Give them another cashier for the front, because sometimes they have 2. And then a manager, because of course you need management. You know, maybe 9 or 10 people. They'd probably, like, you know, throw another line shit cook in there. Why not? Right? Why the fuck not? And that goes from needing that to possibly needing maybe 2 to 3 at most.
Oh, you got that?
Right? Because, like, one to maintain the machines, one to make sure everything doesn't go wrong. Maybe a little human touch for the cashier at the window, right? But does that company now makes a larger, like, that's, I don't know how much they pay McDonald's, really. I really don't. Why would I? Don't you dare answer that question. Oh, semi-joke aside. Right. I feel like for the more jobs you automate, you'd have to have some kind of like universal income. Right, because in reality, it would be ideal to have everybody have, you know, an infinite amount of free time allowed to, you know, chase whatever dreams, passions they may have. Obviously, certain jobs can't be automated, things like scientists,
I have your back, Captain.
to a certain degree, doctors. So you probably need more like physical doctors than not. When it comes to something like, right? Because you could, and they partially have, right?
Incoming.
Wow.
Nice hit.
That's the last of them.
Why do these things suddenly not care in the slightest amount of damage? I guess that sneak damage, even though we have like no bonus to it, is just fucking really killing them. Cause that, I mean, it still took like upwards of 5 to 6 shots into that guy. Electric weapon, which we did get to do or something. Take the stars above. Yeah, but like, you'd know. I feel like we'd have to start charging companies for that kind of stuff. Yes. But, you know, I was running the questions. Like, I don't know. Do I enjoy working? Not particularly, to be honest. I've worked, I'm on my 3rd job now, right? I'm only 22?
The effects of Compound X are
That's
inescapable.
the question. I don't fucking remember.
The refined excrement of the xenocyte life form. It's a fine powder,
I think
very
Streets are
fine.
made of shit.
It finds its way into absolutely everything, even in the water now and the air. It settles like a veil over all of Gorgon. The laboratory techs get the worst of it. We all appreciated the boost to mood and productivity at first, but
This is like the,
we're at each other's
flowers.
throats in an instant now. I've had to break up 2 fistfights this week alone. This aggression must be inherent to the formula, to Compound X. How do I stop it?
It's like the flowers and stars. Yeah, the point is, you know, jobs kind of suck. At the end of the day, I do kind of enjoy the monotony of it. Just something, an easy way to pass days since I've got nothing better to do. Right? If I'm not working, I'm sitting at home, not streaming, not working on any shitty art that I have. Could be doing both of those. I just, you know, and then watching videos and reading manga and other works of fiction. And kind of just feeling like garbage, to be honest. You know? Yeah, streaming's fine and all. I do it because it's fun-ish. I do it because I enjoy it, right? It helps me finish games. Granted, it also helps me not finish games sometimes, right? Like, not great.
This will be over quickly.
That's gotta hurt. Not even a scratch.
I wonder if this counts as a plasma gun or not. I guess I'm using this specifically is because it's in a plasma spot that takes up plasma bullets. But there is an achievement for like melting people with plasma gun. Worth a shot.
What was Mr. Lowe doing with all these primals?
Jeez. That'll be. The thing is, universal income works in society, right? at the end of the day, some people are just gonna do stupid shit with it. Like, I don't know. Maybe like a basic one, and then if you can prove you're actually fucking worth the money, same rate, you know, how you prove you're worth the money, blah, blah, blah. I mean, granted, I don't like fucking, like, oh, what is it? The fucking government handouts came out this year. It's like, you took them. I'm like, yeah, of course I fucking took them. The government takes whatever money you can from me. Why waste the opportunity to get a little bit of that back? Right? The government would take as much as it humanly could if it could, right? We would essentially just work as slaves in the government. I'm sure that some politicians would have no problem with that. Just coughing. I'm not suggesting anybody. I'll let you decide who I'm suggesting. I'm sure that I've given some political sway statement beforehand. Like, I've definitely know I've said I'm pro somebody. I'm not saying who before. And if you want to find that video, I checked the forest, really. Because I know I've said it in that. Pretty sure I've said it in that. Oh, semi-jokes aside. I'm sure that certain entities would happily see people enslaved and working for their game. Right, like, I don't know.
That's the last of them.
Maybe like, alright, maybe like one that. What the fuck is this guy?
Fate shines on us today.
He's just like sitting in a dark corner, crying or something. Crying like a robot cries.
Keep him quiet, Cap.
It's like Borderlands, where for some reason Claptrap feels extreme fucking pain. Right, like all the robots for some reason not only have pain sensors, but have increased pain. Because Jack thought it was funny. I do believe that's the exact statement as to why they do it. It's like Claptrap talks about it. God, liver burpee. Claptrap talks about it in the pre-squeakquel.
Nice hit!
And then he's like, oh, we actually feel extra pain. Jack thought it was funny. He's like, it is. It just fucking is. I want to say it's 3. Or, sorry, 2. 2.5. Whatever. Yes, that's all have to be open.
Mr. Lowe was awfully messy, wasn't he?
That you survived. You're remarkably intent on stuff.
Oh god, they just done older people? Oh my god. Gave him fucking brain damage. Made his brain melt out of his head. Jeez Louise.
Since we've been traveling together, we've visited a lot of places that set my teeth on edge. This here makes my skin crawl.
I dare say it seems like the inmates were running the asylum here. The only thing they seem to be able to get right is sowing insanity and destroying people's lives. This whole project wrought mental destruction on everyone involved, including themselves.
That lens flare.
All brought to you by Spacer's Choice's best and brightest. Sadly, that's just business as usual in Halcyon. Minnie thinks her family has a bad name now. It's nothing compared to how it will be if she compounds on her mother's failures.
Maybe you want to try to get lockpick tapped out. Just get more crit chance and everything. Yeah, I don't know what I was talking about. Something income. I don't know. Like just the basic income, and then if you want to work for more, then you can work for more. Maybe like
Always a brilliant idea to use primals as test subjects. Nothing ever goes wrong. We've got a fight on our hands.
I'm sure it's like a monkey reference.
That good.
I mean, they turn into dust, so I'd assume they count for the melt things achievement. Fucking knows, honestly. Yeah, fucking knows. What do I know about nothing? Do I know nothing about nothing, eh? Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a philosopher, politician, or anything between, so I don't fucking plan to begin to know what I'm talking about. Just, I don't like working, right? Nobody does. And to essentially get a income that would essentially cover my basic needs plus a bit of leeway here and there. Obviously things like, you know, it's like, right, if you can just make like a, I don't know. The problem is, right, the more you run by the state, the more corruption is possible, right? Because a lot of politicians are kind of bad people. And that's why they do it as a lifelong job, because they're scum. If you, I don't know, if you're in politics and you talk about a problem that's been existing for a long time, and you've been in politics for a long time, then you're clearly part of the problem. Cough, cough, somebody. I'm not gonna get overly political. I don't want to be overly political.
Gonna be a relief to see the stars again.
And I'm a little bit upsetty right now. I'm still experiencing a severe amount of depression and general anxiety and upsettiness. Just upsettiness. Just upsettiness, really. Right, Vardy? I don't know. You tend to have a problem with me when I can't talk to the one person I want to talk to. So I am a little bit upsetty spaghetti. Just ever so slightly, daily and nightly, in little ways, upsetty spaghetti. I don't know. I'll either get over it or die, so... Fucking hell. All semi-goofy noises aside. Sneaky, ah! I don't understand why you guys even bother using your like melee weapons, to be honest. I mean, it seems like melee would be fine if I spec'd into it, but since I have them all, it doesn't exactly feel worth it to me. I think we were in like a sub-basement kind of level. I mean, obviously it's a topographical map, and without any kind of... There's no key on this topographical map, and I was a trade mathematician. Oh god, there's gotta be a different name, and I know it. The cartographer would be the word I'm looking for, right? Because, you know, when in Dungeons and Dragons, a game I haven't played in over 2 years, God, fucking kill me. I've been watching a lot of D&D streams, though. A lot of it. It's very easy to watch at my job because I actually have no sets of rules, more or less. So it's just kind of running and delivering things.
Sure would be a bet.
So as long as I am not directly around people,
Time for an earthquake.
just have my phone playing D&D streams in my fucking pocket. Been watching a lot of this. Unsure how we want to watch Critical Role, to be honest. I don't know. It seems like something that might be fun to watch with the same rate. When it started off with... Oh, he's probably the fucking guy. He's yelling at me. It starts off with, we're not going to be playing so much with the rules. I'm like, I kind of like the rules. I don't know, give me half the fun of D&D rules. Like, I don't know. I like combat. And I like non-combat. But learning the rules is kind of... It's ironic, really. It really is kind of ironic considering the fact of how I play games like this. And it could be the depression. If I actually have depression, which I'm never going to find out, because I'm not going to a therapist. Just quit. Just these easy, kids. You don't want to fucking face your problems. Just never identify them. Oh boy.
That's smart.
Tell you what though, don't take any fucking life advice from me. Bad idea. I'm not good for life advice. Really. I think the shooting from the cast I don't know. I'm just trying to mark off achievements. Though I guess I don't really need them. Shouldn't really overly bother because I need to play this game on hard and it seems okay. So this game has an achievement for playing it on each of the difficulties. The way the fucking scream sped up. Woo! Where is this guy? Get him, Havarti. That's not him. Where's Max? Yeah. Yeah, that's okay. That's it. It's ironic that I love the rules of D&D so much, but cannot, for the life of me, stand reading currently. I don't know. I think I'd really like playing D&D right now, but I've got no DM or friends. And I am nowhere near desperate enough to go bag people. No. No matter how advantageous it might seem, it is supremely shitty. Look, it's a little face drawn on it.
Welcome to the Adrenatime Synthesis and Manufactory Center, brought to you by Spacer's Choice.
Why so serious?
This productivity automechanical unit is at your
Pam.
disposal. Its normal duties involve the management of legacy operations analytics. However, due to the promotion, demotion, death, or injury to other managers of this facility, this unit is now the acting manager of the following departments: Reception, Human Resources, Accounting, Technical Support, Manufacturing, Distribution, Security. Please direct any questions about those departments to Pam. Answers not guaranteed. According to this facility's hierarchy, there are 0 acting managers at this Spacer's Choice facility. Not to worry. If a middle manager cannot immediately be replaced, Pam can safely oversee 3.176 departments. When you're in a productivity pinch, Pam can pick up the pieces. Uh-oh. It looks like there are intruders in this facility. Protocol recommends speaking to the head of facility security right away.
Aren't you?
Management stretched thin? That's okay. With safety protocols disabled, Pam can manage 12.678 departments with an estimated worker fatality rate of only 4.83 per week. After all, Pam's purpose is to answer one question. How can I increase your productivity today?
I guess, right. If nobody else is working, she's perfect.
Reminder, please do not reheat your salt tuna in the company kitchens. Save that savory smell for your own micro apartments. Pam helps each and every member of the Spacer's Choice family be the best they can be. When you're managed by Pam, your workday gets unjammed. Don't think of Pam as your boss. I'm just your pal, here to make sure that every member of the Spacer's Choice family stays on task and on schedule. With Pam at the helm, you'll never be overwhelmed.
I don't. If you got rid of the little like upticks on the mouth, and maybe covered in a little bit there, right? Because it makes it look a little bit more like a mustache than does a lip.
How can I increase your productivity today? The Adrenatime Synthesis and Manufactory Center is where Spacer's Choice's newest product is being created. Get a leg up on the competition with Adrenatime. You are now in the lobby. The floors above you are the offices, the manufactory, and the Adrenatime synthesizer. The floors below you are the sublevels and the synthesizer reactor.
Okay.
How can I increase your productivity today?
Adrenatime, right? I get why she doesn't have that default productive, right? Maybe she was made before it, that was put in after. But shouldn't the voice of this thing essentially be synthesized majorly? Right, because they can have people. They have actually, I think like somebody, I think like the guy from Star Trek. They got his voice on. It's a guy from I don't fucking know which one. They got his voice like all like the whole entirety of the dictionary.
Did you know that keeping your workers alive boosts productivity? That's why every PAM unit comes equipped with the latest Spacer's Choice weaponry. When PAM's emergency combat protocols are activated, your investments are sure to be protected. Warning: due to power consumption, combat protocols cannot be activated when PAM's power is below 73% without deactivating managerial processes. Spacer's Choice policy dictates that managerial processes take priority. This unit's power rating is 57%. PAM is fully customizable to fit your preferred management style. With the correct override codes, you can alter any of PAM's behaviors at will. Some limitations apply. Spacer's Choice does not accept legal responsibility for any injuries or trauma sustained after altering PAM's behaviors. See manual for details. Hate messing with tangled cables or confusing batteries? With PAM, you'll never have to. Just pop in a Firefly brand industrial strength battery and PAM's ready to go. Out of batteries and need productivity now? No problem. Just hook PAM's power source up to another auto mechanical and PAM will get your employees back in line in no time. Emergency combat protocols cannot be engaged at less than 73% power without proper authorization. Please ensure that this unit is fully charged, or present your override password.
I could give it a shot. Let me just... Huh. Okay. Weird way to do that, but there ain't no accounting for cents. There we go. All I had to do was convince this old girl here that 73% was the new 100%. Easy as salt tuna and sawdust pie.
This unit's power rating is 100%. Great! Emergency combat protocols are now available. Error: employee's biometric ID does not match this unit's designated manager. Proceeding with verbal management test. Pretend that this PAM unit is one of your employees who's been working long hours. What would you say to give them an extra pep pill in their step? Like any good manager, Pam comes equipped with an emergency pep pill dispenser. Employees passing out at their desk is a thing of the past. Verbal management test complete. Result. Employee is a Spacer's Choice manager. 94% certainty. Engaging emergency combat protocols. Stand by.
There she goes. There goes my hero, watching as she
If I didn't know better, I'd swear it was watching me.
No, wait. That head's not spinning all the way around, is it? Well, that's not unsettling at all.
Yeah, why wouldn't they have it stop like halfway through and turn around? That's silly. Like, I don't think real companies would have it spin around like a fucking demonic. Demonic demon of doom for a demonic purpose. I don't know. But my brain don't good none. Okay. Just been watching shitty streams all day. Did a very minimal amount of work on what could be considered art in some wide sense of the word. No one will ever see it. At least not that you understand. My art grows in a place where nobody will ever see it. This flash drive which deletes all my fucking art. No. Sorry. So basically, right, just so you know, it's the joke becomes a little more clear for everybody. I bought a flash drive from a company called Five and Below. If you know what Five Below is, it's essentially kind of like a Dollar General, right? Where everything rounds out to $1. Except, I think we said everything. Everything beneath the separate pages is essentially just garbage. This one just decided to sell that. Yep, let's go. It's like everything that the business is $5 or below. Granted, they've gone very heretical recently and started charging like $10 and below for stuff, which is honestly just really kind of a dick move in my mind. Like, they set up and then they just start charging the $10, but again, company greed. That's right. Too far, dog. Too far.
Good work.
I thought I could like activate some kind of kill everybody button.
Don't mess with us!
What the fuck? Vicar, did you stick your ass in my face? Okay, I think I just got that too. Yeah. I don't like how his body has kind of remained. I also don't like that this one is floating. That unsettles me. I am so unsettled right now.
Left hands, Cap.
Deft hands, YouTube party. Just so we're clear, everybody here. If either of you running in front of my fucking scoped aim, it better be Pavardi. It better be Pavardi! Vicar, I don't want to see your ass in my face. Thank you. Sorry. There's no automatic accent capable of falling in love with these videos outside the set. Actually, I don't even fucking. Somebody's falling in love with an auto mechanic. I can't do love. All semi jokes aside. All very semi jokes aside. I was wondering because it looked kind of like see-through. I was wondering if I put my face up through the glass because like you can see the glaze and the glaze kind of entirely disappears when you're close enough. I just want to go through all 4 rooms first. I'm gonna say 150 picking, which part of me regrets not putting points in the pick pack, lock pick, pick pock, lock pick, pock pick, pock pick, pock pock. No, at the same rate I wouldn't have gotten to 50, or rather 150.
Okay, here we go. Don't mess with us.
Oh, Pam's dead.
Hear that?
Get ready.
Sometimes I worry about the marauders. I do like their little outfit. Yeah, I'll take this one instead. At a point, right, I question the point of upgrading weapons. Because, like, this one's a lower level. Or rather. This one's what? 6 levels above? And it can be described as infinitely better. Right, because that's 902, like it's almost 200 damage increase. Just so we're clear.
Nice hit!
I don't. The thing is, right? For some reason, they didn't. I guess it's okay. I'm gonna go ahead and guess this weapon is not counting for what I want it to do because it does N-ray damage. Because damage type N-ray. I probably want to switch it out for. Which does plus damage. I'm sure we can find like a plasma rifle around somewhere. I just want to get the achievement, so I'm going to just kind of switch weapons. I mean, it apparently seems that this weapon does less damage because of its damage type as well. So I guess we could if I find a mechanical slot, I might be able to turn the shotgun's damage into plasma damage, and that actually would be pretty fucking nice arena because it does a good amount of damage to begin with, right? It's like 1,000 something, 1,100. We spent a decent chunk of time looking at it, brain. Come on. I want to say 1,189. See what I got. 48. I don't know where I got 89, but whatever. Because it's probably because I think this was 889 or 899. Look, in some regards.
Watch your hands, Captain. Be a bad time to lose them. Well, I guess any time would be a bad time, but especially now.
Friday, I need my hands. I cannot play video game without hand. That's not entirely true. There was I haven't seen anything about it recently, because of course I don't fucking follow this kind of shit. But I remember seeing somebody play, it was just some 4X game, realistically. It was like some space 4X game with a, that'd be nifty to turn this into positive image. That's what I remember talking about. Well, they had like a, okay. I don't know what game it was. I don't think it really matters in the grand scheme of things, but it was something like some kind of like, I want to say, not Aurora. I don't remember. I really don't. Don't push me for answers. I'm a dummy. My brain's spooked. Forever. Just brain dead. Okay. Hold on, slightly pressing to the side. Yes.
You're an artist, Captain.
Yeah, so basically it was like a pair of glasses you wear, and wherever you look on the screen, like the glasses tracked your eye movement, so you could like select shit with your eyes. With your eyes. Yeah. And that'd help if I lost my hands.
That's
But
clever.
I think realistically, I prefer to have my hands. Like if I had to lose a limb, and if I had just either leg, would really be it. I mean, Minority of fat fucking piece of garbage, just an absolute slob. And I do little exercise, very little, as little as I can get away with because I am just garbage. Remember, kids, don't be garbage. Do I have a? Yeah, no, but it's like, you know, you could look at stuff and it had like a big purple stick on the screen that would like track movement. I don't know. It was cool. But, yeah, legs, fuck them, right? Don't need them. If I was, if I was paralyzed, I'd be able to get government money, right? So, I wouldn't need to work.
Is it weird if this thing kind of reminds me of the OSI building back in Edgewater? Like it's sort of holy?
To think, I would once have been impressed by this monstrosity.
It's like a boss fight area, doesn't it? You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of... So I only really played the first Bioshock. I did it on stream, and I should probably play the other ones on stream as well. But this reminds me of that final fight with Adam. His name was Adam, right? Mr. Ryan? Would you kindly about does a save obeys? And then there's that achievement in Fallout New Vegas. You can beat Mr. House to death with a golf club, and it's called the Slave Obeys. Because you beat
All
the
right.
shit out of him with a...
Now I can finally get
No,
that
I'm thinking
journal
of Adam
and
at the end of the fight.
get the heck out of here.
What was it, Mr. Ryan? Ryan Industries? No, he died a lot earlier. And you beat the literal shit out of him. With the golf club. He's like, thank you, you dumb piece of shit. I've been checking you the entire time. I'm not your friend. I'm your granddaddy. And you're like, no! I thought we were a friend, but you put CIA killing intent in my head. Wow. Pretty good. you kindly? Because like whatever he said, would you kindly, it was kind of like it was my CIA Russian training to obey the commands when we said would you kindly before it or after it or whatever. Reading the sentence. Who cares? Point is, interesting game, if I remember correctly. And I kind of remember correctly. I do kind of wish I did.
Wish I could.
That's enough.
God, fuck it. Oh, you know what? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off, buddy. I forgot that it just completely kills. Nope. I forgot that it kills any kind of speech. It's really kind of dumb, if you ask me. I didn't mean to. I'm sorry if you were very invested in the story. Granted, I'm not even paying attention. I don't know. If chosen between this and another New Vegas playthrough, kind of would have picked another New Vegas playthrough. I'm kind of itching for some of those achievements, as well as some of the runs I've never done before. I know this is as much of you like I've been playing through Skyrim again, because I didn't get a lot of achievements. Like with Skyrim, like stuff just like, you know, build houses and all that jazz. Because, you know, in the end when we played Skyrim, it was, you know, it's a bit for entertainment, right? I do like to try to keep it, you know, semi-entertaining. I know, hard to believe. Seen my shit. I know, I try to entertain, but God, do I fall short. All self-deprecating jokes aside, you know, it's a bit of like column A of I'm having fun doing it, and it's a bit of column B of like, at a certain point, I kind of want to complete the game. Right? Like right now, I'm feeling very burnt out in this. It didn't particularly help. I'm gonna be honest, it didn't particularly help that I started this game out with not enough RAM and something else that I did to fix this. I don't remember what the... Oh, it's right. Remember, kids, the game doesn't come limited for frames, right? So it's trying to push as many fucking frames into your computer as humanly possible, which just fucking decimates your RAM. And if you limit that to 60 frames per second, also, I think motion blur's on, and I hate that. Is that on? 0. No motion blur.
We are receiving an incoming signal, Captain.
Captain, I see you've made some headway on Gorgon. Mother's old work terminal just lit up with a bunch of new protocols. Very exciting. What about Mother's journal? Any progress there? Are you accusing me of deception? Captain, I would never. Can you hear me, Captain? I'm getting some interference on my end. Captain! Captain!
Wilhelmina. Is that really your name? That's such a weird name.
Hello again, little weasel.
It's the mother!
I must admit,
I kind of thought at the end.
you've surprised me.
Right, I did think to myself,
I
it's probably the
threw
mother.
nearly
that's causing
everything
this.
I had at you. And you overcame it all. Well spotted, Captain. We both played our roles well, but it seems you've got the edge. I may have gravely underestimated you. You were smart to hire him, Wilhelmina. Well done.
His name is Wilhelmina.
Mother, you're alive! And still on Gorgon? Something tells me we've only seen the beginning.
Oh God, no.
This is so you, Mother. Inserting yourself where you aren't needed and at the worst possible time. Am I disrupting your vanity project? You empty-headed little twit.
Got him. Effing top.
Have you come back just to ruin everything again, Mother? At least this time I have the power to stop you. Captain, this is a distraction. Let's set our differences aside and focus on what matters. Adrena time must never be revived. I may not have told you all of the facts, but I'm going to lay out everything I know. You can decide for yourself what to do with it. By now, you realize that Project Gorgon was devoted to a single drug, Adrenatime. A drug that hit the market in spite of calamitous side effects. Quite right. There's no end to the harm a poorly run team can do, even with the best of intentions. The project was a colossal failure, but you and I are going to revive it from the ashes. What you've seen is the result of Mother's leadership. I have no intention of repeating her mistakes. Mother's journal contains the activation codes for the Adrenatime synthesizer, the key to a new Project Gorgon. We're going to start again, and this time with everything Project Gorgon didn't have. Better R&D, better scientists, clear goals, more funding, and a timeline that makes sense.
Sounds thoughtful.
You have every reason to doubt me. But if you have a shred of hope for a better colony, consider what Adrenatime could do for us.
Oh, I can make everybody work a lot harder,
the chemistry,
faster.
I can fix Adrenatime. We can put this colony back on track together.
Fucking...
Is it? I'll tell you what's insane. Every day, workers slump over from exhaustion. The gears of industry swallow them whole, and no one is coming to help.
Yeah, but pushing your body to a
Adrenatime
limit
is the
isn't
break we
going
can't
to
fit
help.
into the schedule. The office with a window we can't afford to build. It's the best this rotten colony can do for people.
Drugs? Drugs the best you can do.
It's a bandage, not a cure. Halcyon is wounded, and I will do everything in my power to stop the bleeding.
We don't need
Don't
a
let
bandage.
those
We need an
bloodless
amputation.
Spacer's choice walk you down this perilous path, Wilhelmina. You haven't the fortitude
What the
to
fuck's up with your
endure
mind?
it.
I didn't even notice that. to be honest.
As usual, Mother projects her
Fucking name's like
failures onto
Wilhelmina.
me. If she had let me get involved from the start, we might have avoided this calamity altogether. I'd have trusted my team rather than sabotage their efforts. And I wouldn't have stolen their glory when they were on the verge of success. You don't know what you're talking about. I did everything to support my team. It was Spacer's choice who betrayed them. But you're nothing more than an empty-headed little social climber. Of course you can't understand. You see what I mean? Mother is afraid of being outdone by her empty-headed daughter, and she'll do anything to stop me. If I can save the colony and redeem the Ambrose family name, I owe it to myself to try. Mother be damned.
If I know it's there, I can't help myself.
Social engineering takes generations, and we don't have the luxury of time. We need to mainline progress into Halcyon's bloodstream. You've seen more of this colony than the average grunt. You know as well as I do that this is a question of survival. With Adrenatime, we can increase worker productivity orders of magnitude above ordinary stems and risk none of the harmful side effects. Imagine if
But
we flooded
you
the
can't
market with drugs
guarantee
that
that.
actually helped people. We could influence the very business model of Spacer's choice. We won't be exploiting workers any longer. We'll be celebrating them, giving them everything they need to succeed.
No.
No. This is madness. The project, the complex, it has to be destroyed. Razed to the ground. It's the only way.
Gorgon is a cautionary tale. We agree on that much. But if we go into this with open eyes, then history doesn't have to repeat itself. I need that facility online, but I can't do it while Mother's still a problem. By now, she'll have shut down the Gorgon reactor. Deal with her however it suits you, and get that facility back up and running.
Don't do this, Wilhelmina. Minnie, don't make this choice.
Adrena Time is our future. It's bigger than money, bigger than family. It's the colony's best hope.
Let's be fucking real here. If we increase their productivity with just a generic drug, they will just increase work hours because you can do more.
Return to my family's manor, Captain. Use the executive override code in my journal to activate the NDA protocol for my terminal. It will destroy the Gorgon drug synthesizer and put an end to Adrena Time for good. Don't pretend you haven't seen its effects with your own eyes, here and elsewhere. We live in a vicious world, Captain, and Adrena Time is to blame.
I wouldn't say it's to
I should
blame.
have smothered it in its crib at the
That
start.
isn't helping.
The subtext isn't lost on me. My daughter's gotten her hooks into you. I understand. She's
Oh, no,
always
I
had a
couldn't
knack
care less, to
for
be honest.
manipulating people. But I know you're more than her foolish little puppet. You've survived this long. You have to be more. She will try to force you to fight her. You don't have to. In fact, I would ask you not to. Whatever mistake she might make, she is still my daughter.
Captain, in light of recent events, I'm putting the manor under lockdown. Until Mother is dealt with, anyone who lands here is presumed hostile. Finish the job. I know you won't disappoint me.
Mm-hmm. Were we trying to get a certain level of science? I think we did. Just wanted to visit like Phineas's place real quick. Dude, here's the thing, bro. The shit. Still good. Even if you cannot guarantee me results, and you'll probably continue to produce it even if you can't get those results. So, sorry.
Stay on your guard, Captain. I think she's expecting us.
We'd best watch our step, Captain. She knows we're coming.
Of course she knows we're coming. She fucking said anybody who lives here is gonna be a big trouble. And then fucking said I'm putting the place on lockdown. You better not come. And they're like, well, I'm still gonna come. I didn't, you know. Of course she fucking sees the big old ship land outside. It's not like, you know, we didn't exactly hide our intentions. Like, I mean, like, hello. Are you too fucking serious? You're fucking playing with me here. I'm confused. I can't tell if you're being serious or not, you two idiots. It's kind of hard to miss a spaceship landing, just when you're specifically looking for one.
We've got a fight on our hands.
Don't mess with us!
Watch out, Captain.
I like the weird little, like, sun pattern on them. seems weird to me that you could play this game entirely, like, non-lethal. Boyo, the game was rigged from the start.
Great work.
This music is a little bit too intense for what's going on. I'm gonna be honest. Like, yeah, oh, in theory, yeah, very, very intense moment. In practice, I walked in, shot a couple drones, and turned the plug on.
Nothing good ever come out of a place like this, Captain. Gives me the heebie-jeebies.
I see they brought all the comforts of home, including the secret lab for unlawful experiments. Incoming!
That's an extremely inaccurate fucking shot. This person is like really tall.
That's the last of them.
Isn't there another drone?
You're a deft hand with a mag pick.
That was a goat. This person. I don't know. It's kind of weird to me that this game could be played fairly, like, I don't know. Maybe it could be played completely non-lethal? I mean, obviously not, right? Because at the end of the day, there are, like, kill this person. There was a couple, like, you know, there were a couple missions like that, right? There was like the Graham quest, right? That was killed Graham, right? And there was the one we had to rescue that guy from the Mantis. And you were forced to fight it while he watched and danced. I don't know if he actually danced. It's essentially just that, right? I don't know. I could turn the turret against them.
Captain, look out!
Your life was merely an illusion anyway.
Your life was merely an illusion. The fucking, I'm sorry, the bat to the back of the head after he was already dead is just kind of like, it's like, yeah, I'm helping. Bonk. Oh my god. That little electricity, it's cool. It's cool that there's a instant lasting effect. Because you know that wasn't intended.
Didn't I warn you not to set foot in here until the job was done? You should have listened to my advice. There's nothing to discuss. I can fix Adrena time without you, and certainly without Mother. You wasted your time coming here, and worse, you wasted mine. But I won't let anything stand in the way of progress. Destroy it? You've been listening to Mother, haven't you? She slithered her way into your confidence. Well, I am thoroughly unimpressed.
Stupid.
Maybe I am, and maybe I'm not. Why not let the results speak for themselves? No, you just had to get involved. People want to buy clean drugs, and I want to sell them. Under my leadership, Adrena Time will live up to its promise, unlike certain mothers. Do you know why it was a disaster? Rushed production, cut corners, and a failure to communicate. Mother's mistakes, not mine. My drug will be the pride and joy of the Ambrose family. And if we pick up where Gorgon left off, then the human testing phase is well ahead of schedule. You'll surprise me, Captain. Once we fix the chemistry of Adrena Time, the Marauder problem will simply take care of itself.
But a lot of folks are gonna suffer in the meantime. And you don't even know if it'll work.
If you fix it, there's always the possibility you'll make it worse.
The days of the old Adrena Time are numbered, and Marauders are bound for extinction. Insane people addicted to drugs are Mother's problem. Am I to be held accountable for her mess?
It ain't
But you wanna
about who's
continue
accountable.
the project,
Those
then yes.
people are hurting, and they're hurting others. You could help them.
Besides, Mother is determined to ruin everything she touches. First Adrena Time, then our family, and now my ambition. Farewell, Captain. If it wasn't already obvious, you're fired.
I'm sorry, I didn't have Persuade 100. It's actually really far off, eh?
Here we go!
Oh, jeez Louise!
Here we go!
Hold up. We're still alive.
Try to save your daughter. She won't listen to reason. Not my fault. I tried. I tried to be the good guy, but I'm an agent of chaos. Why so serious? Just, fucking hell. I just want to die. Throw me straight into the sky. Weren't there people still on Gorgon?
You've finished it, Captain. You've put Gorgon down once and for all. I only wish that Minnie had seen reason. The good we could have done together. Join me for a toast in the drawing room. I do believe you're due a reward.
After all we've seen of this lady, Are we sure this ain't a trap?
Hand to law, Captain. I mean you no harm.
Straight into the. Oh, cool. I don't know why it's doing this now.
I'll have a drink waiting.
No, I can't get an achievement. No, I didn't. Makes me wonder if there's like 3 achievements for this. Where it's like, you know, beat it, getting Hergy with help, beat it, siding with Minnie, beat it, siding with Olivia. It's not really that far. Like, I feel like I could have jumped that. Right, and I am
You're a deft hand with a knife pick.
in no way, shape, or form fucking athletic. But I could have done that jump without fucking breaking my legs. Why the hell is my character so bitch about it? Granted, it wasn't the hard stone, and I did kind of run and jump into it, but still. Like, character, he's buff. He's not buff. I should have got a penalty of strength, but my temperament, which is apparently my natural strength and determination.
This.
Nice hit!
Let's put him out of his misery. Poor Drace. He didn't do nothing to nobody. Sweet Angel 2 peers with his world. Wait till we get to the castle. Castle, mansion, same difference, really. Same difference. Kane gara dora hora para pa. Poor Drace.
Captain, I believe a celebration is in order. The Gorgon project is dead, and we are not. To Gorgon and the grave it now rests in. May the Colossus of Adrena Time never again rise from that dark pit. It's funny. When Spacer's Choice released Adrena Time to the public and began the Marauder Crisis, and I sabotaged all the Gorgon facilities, I thought that was the end for me. Then you came along and changed everything. I find myself at loose ends now, Captain. What happens next? Maybe I'll find a handsome little bolt hole out there in the aether, and endeavor to keep a low profile, as they say. Maybe I'll pick up a soothing, useless hobby, like watercolor painting. Spacer's Choice will want to take their turn at revenge, and I'd rather not be within reach when they do. I will. I deserve the worst, and I hope it finds me. But that's enough from me, I think. Where will the future lead you, Captain? I'd expect nothing less from the hero of Gorgon. In any case, I do believe this is the end. Law willing, Adrena Time is dead for good, and the Marauders will die out with it. Goodbye, Captain, and thank you again. May the stellar wind be ever at your back.
You're the figure see you never, bitch. Yeah, I know I didn't cross the reward. I don't really care, to be honest. I don't know. What is a reward to a man who has it all? Come on, Pavardi! Let's go get the dog! What dog, you might ask, Brandon? I don't know. Go buy a dog. A regular dog. That's some kind of weird fucking alien dog. I don't want a goddamn alien dog. I want a regular dog. I just want a fucking dog. A Labrador. One of the chocolate variety. These chocolate labs are nice. They're very fun. Good dog. Like, you know, if I had to get a good dog, it'd be a Labrador. A lot of my family members. So.
Would you like a reminder?
From the time I was alive, right? Because my family's had a lot of dogs apparently, which you know.
On when your next shower is scheduled?
Fuck you, Ada. Where is that? Did we already go back to Phineas's lab and look at the thing? I'm gonna go look.
We have
I don't
successfully
remember.
arrived at Phineas's orbital lab, Captain, and we are still in one piece.
Yeah. I don't remember. I think we did. I feel like we did now that I'm back here. Which, in a way, is shitty for me. Same pace. It's not a big deal. Yeah, we did. I don't know. Worth a check out. Maybe, you know, maybe I did, maybe I didn't, maybe I did. Okay. We're finally getting around to finishing this game. We're finally gonna do it. I know. Hard to believe. It'll finally be done. And then what'll I stream next? Who fucking knows? Maybe we'll finish that terrible robot game.
I am pleased to inform you that we have arrived at the labyrinth. Please be advised that the punishment for trespassing is
I don't know.
execution.
The thing is, right?
Please be advised that electrical storms on the surface of Tartarus make departure impossible at this time.
That's all for now.
Oh, speak of the devil. Captain, I am receiving a transmission from the prison's docking authority now.
Attention, unauthorized spacecraft. This is a maximum security installation. Your presence here is an explicit violation of UDL corporate policy. You are hereby confined to your docking platform until a ticket detailing your crimes has been filed and notarized, at which point your vessel will be seized and you will be executed.
Feels like you could.
Your ship is not permitted to leave until you remit payment for your fines and submit yourself to execution. Only after your smoking corpse is thrown from an airlock will we lift the lockdown on your spacecraft.
Captain, I would not recommend this course of action.
Protocol is important, sir. The sentencing of one crime does not preclude the sentencing of another, technically speaking. Tartarus Docking Authority, signing off.
Transmission terminated. How can I be of assistance?
You literally couldn't.
See you soon, Captain.
Things I should press different save. Why would? Don't care. Don't care. I'm not gonna be anything to save. I'm just gonna play again if I want to do the other achievements. Vardy's come with me, so is Vigor. They've been with me for most of the game. Why not them?
Real slick.
Oh. I thought I had an ID card for the board. Silly me, I thought I had an ID card for the board. Oh. Fiddlesticks. I wonder how boring a no like violence playthrough this game would be. Like, I just really wonder what it'd be like to watch a gameplay video that is no violence. This, right? Because you know, I may have the whole like really bad loading in the beginning of this game really left a bad taste in my mouth. I think is kind of bad present for the rest of the game for me, to be honest. And if I hadn't did that, I might have enjoyed it more. But after all that loading time nonsense, I think it really killed my motivation for this game.
Here they come!
Ah, fuck it. That's a shame. We hope they get their good side after this. I wonder what it would have been like had I actually turned my back on Phineas. Also, could I get a board ID card anywhere? I'm assuming you probably could, right? There's gotta be some place. Fuck that for not being big on.
You're an artist, Captain.
I don't know. I think it... I don't know. Would it be more entertaining to do like a sneaky through? Who knows? Probably not, honestly. Though, I can't say the combat in this game is overly amazing. Not to say it's specifically bad, it's just really right out bad. The gun pick, the weapon choice in this game is not very diverse. Then again, I guess it really wasn't in Fallout either. At least not New Vegas, but specifically gonna compare it to, because, you know, the Obsidian game. Though, maybe due to its prolific identity, or rather the established backstory, versus a game like this that doesn't exactly have much. I don't know. If a second game came out, I'd play it. Granted, hopefully I'll be in a better mood than I am currently. Who knows if I'll ever be in a better mood. That's not the point. Well, actually kind of is part of the point. You know what I mean.
With us.
I'm not in an overly amazing mood, which is kind of a little bit sort of my playthrough this game. And maybe I haven't been hunted there. And my come on. Why can't I jump? Why can I not jump and pick up? That's something I'll be upset about, okay? Kids walking that door. It is better.
They call this place the Labyrinth. Perhaps we should all meditate on that as we make our descent.
This might be the loneliest place in the whole system.
Oh yeah, I thought that weird gas giant said it might have been lonely. A bunch of robots surrounding one guy who does drugs and thinks to himself.
Let's look around. There's gotta be a few ways through here.
Running gun hasn't failed us yet. You've already, come on. Come on. Dude. Let's go this way, right?
Nice hit! Nice one!
There are isn't anything but decrease. Yeah, I'd be kind of surprised. I would assume, like, breaking someone else out of, like, maximum security prison is kind of like the ultimate crime. Right? Because, like, at the end of the day, what bigger crime could you commit than committing a crime to free a criminal? Right? Like, you know, Phineas is a good guy. Right? Lives with his fucking devils and all that.
Here they come!
Don't mess with us.
We've got a fight on our hands.
Those devils and all that, right? He's committed some bads in the past, but he's doing his best to make it goods. You know? And I can respect that. In a way. I'm allowed to respect that. Since I have capacity to do such. I'm not entirely heartless, as some are inclined to believe. You know, divide the big lesser two evils here, which, you know, somewhat all you're about doing. Fuck's going on? so that Jordan doesn't just fall up here and shoot me in the face. Height advantage should be nothing to that now. God damn it. Tell you what he is, though, son of a bitch. Pussy hiding over like that. What's that guy doing?
Keep quiet.
Jeez Louise.
Oh.
She's too genuinely not, thank you. I greatly appreciate it. You could just not fucking spook me like that. Yeah, please leave the warp of time and space to me. Don't crush myself. I bet you, I think that fucking saved over the like before that save. I don't know. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to me. That's actually kind of while it doesn't matter, it does in fact aggravate me ever so slightly. Because why would it save over the save intended? Like you would assume that if it prompts you for a save before the end of the game, it would be like, you know, a point you can return to just in case you ever wanted to continue that save file. And you know, I can respect it if it is. Right? Maybe somebody who's not me might want to return to their save. Because, I'm gonna be honest, couldn't care less about that last character. I hate him. That cocky bitch who is all about drinking. Actually, I think it's just drinking. I was gonna say drinking drugs. I say doing drugs, but. All that stuff is yellow, right? Just a question. Pavardi, what are you fucking doing? Let's give you this, right? Max, you have a shot-off shotty. Give that bad boy. I don't care about the number. Any other weapons? I know they'll fucking pull it out because they're a bunch of idiots. There's no nothing to do about that in the long run. Alright, you know what? Fuck this out. I'm so confused about what this does, right? Is it raising it? Is it fucking lowering it? It doesn't. I have no fucking clue, honestly. Nah. I'll just finish it that actually matters. You know, Spacer, Witzer will reach the bottom, right? Or at least that guy. Kind of looks a little bit like Phineas. I mean, so we're keeping it kind of. And make sure I towards everybody. At least with the.
Quite a team, my friend. This is like a bad dream I once had.
So I'm gonna use Vicar. You went and you stayed in a prison. Because, you know, they have to have a vicar to read them their rights about that. What other prisons are there? I thought this was the only prison. Like, anybody who committed bad boy crimes were sent here. Maybe for a certain amount of time. Possibly a lesser time. Am I? We're going the right way.
Here we go.
Let's go, troops. Stellar Base counting on us.
Stellar Bay. Monarch?
Hit!
Everyone all right?
I wonder what's up here. They have two fucking ladders going somewhere. I think I'm not gonna check that shit out. What's up here? What is this? Oh, it's the Iconoclast. I'm being shot at by somebody. No, he's shooting at somebody else.
Nice one.
Welcome to the Iconoclast, asshole.
August Van Nott. They're just running around yelling asshole. Why are they all running around just screaming out assholes? You guys have any other what the fuck's going on? Who are you?
Here they come!
Here we go.
Watch out, asshole. Super secret sneak play, probably.
Here they come.
Tell you what, I have no clue where these Iconoclast guys coming from. Like, I'm not fucking turning down the assistants. I don't know why they're here. Like, I get it because I helped them and all, but like, why are they here? So no, like, hack or anything?
Well, look who it is. I'll be damned. I was prepping the studio for our announcement, and here you are as a bonus. I had heard you'd taken a mechanic under your wing. What's the matter, girl? Couldn't find actual employment?
The captain's treated me right. Better than any of you bored folk ever have. I'm exactly where I want to be.
And the convicts. The vicar. You know, most people, once they're out of prison, don't seem keen on returning.
Oh, I would go anywhere to see you fall, sir.
When you go off and get yourself shot, try to avoid taking one to the face. I'll want it recognizable to show to my citizens. My word! You've correctly identified the most recognizable man in the colony. Remarkable.
Granted, I've seen your face like 2 times,
I wonder
baby.
what Phineas saw in you. Then again, he's an insane person. Thankfully, he's our insane person now. A proper company man. Yes, he is an extraordinarily obstinate fellow, isn't he? Fine, he isn't working for us per se. Semantics, he'll come around. But that's between us. As far as my adoring citizens will know, we've turned a dangerous crackpot into a working-class man. It's a miracle. Oh yes, go on, wake them up, add more mouths to feed. That'll solve our starvation problems. I don't know what half-baked plans that simpleton in a lab coat has been leading you through, but it's done. It's over. Let me ask you something, Captain. Have you at any point thought about not fucking up our entire society?
I believe we could ask you the same.
I'm making actual progress towards stabilization and recovery. You're just getting in the way. That's because you don't think ahead. Phineas's counterproductive plan doesn't make a lick of sense. We don't need your help. We'll have to agree to disagree on that one, Captain. Now, if you don't mind, I have to finish prepping this script.
F, please game F, I'm hitting F. I forgot that I have a fucking bonus though.
Someone cover Miss Holcomb! That's the last of them.
The fucking robot just fired at me. I wonder if that achievement was about killing him or... Nope. Completely unrelated achievement. Oh, man. That was my plasma achievement. I'm surprised there's no achievement for killing that man. At least not one that has to do with, wear a nice hat and Chimera at the same time. That means. Speakly asshole. Or we're just basically short shit. Eh. Also, there's use your companion abilities a bunch, which, oh my god. I can't, that was really, like, coincidental that I got my achievement. The second he died. I mean, obviously he was the 100th person I had to, had to, you know, he wasn't. I didn't have to get him specifically. He happened to be the 100th person that I melted with plasma damage.
All right, MSI. I'm not one for rousing speeches, but the captain needs our help. So get in there and fight.
Here we go. Nice kill.
How did I fucking miss that? Oh, jeez, guys, I'm not one for rousing speeches. Just go get him. He's good. Go help Captain. He did good by us. We're gonna do good by him, eh? I don't know why I went from Indian to Canadian, but you know.
Everything in my life has been leading up to this point. I am, I believe.
Bookend.
I am ready.
Start with Bavardi and Vicar. Yeah, Bavardi and Vicar.
Captain, you have an uncanny talent for complicating my life. You've been working with Dr. Wells from the beginning. When we moved to arrest him, he was prepared. I lost good soldiers in the attempt. You've disrupted the balance of power. You've upset the natural order of things.
The natural
You've
order.
introduced uncertainty, and there is nothing I despise more than
terrible I want to say, but I'm not going to say it because I'll get in trouble.
I'm afraid I can't do that. You have a flair for subtlety. If you'd worked for me, you would have been the greatest fixer Halcyon has ever seen. For all your talents, you are the enemy of Halcyon, and therefore you are my enemy.
No, I killed the chairman. That makes me the new chairman. You know.
You make a nuanced and compelling argument. Here's my rebuttal. No. Dr. Wells is being held in my custody. His cooperation will prove invaluable, even if I have to beat it out of him. All that's left to do is put down this riot, arrest you, and then get on with the bloody business of saving this colony.
Trust me, it's bad for
I'm
your
aware of your
health.
propensity for violence. Halcyon is a bloodier place because of you. I take no pleasure in this, you know. I simply have no other option. Leaving you alive is too great a risk. Goodbye, Captain.
Oh, Captain, my Captain.
Fair enough. I'm giving you exactly one chance to parlay with me.
I bet you don't have enough stick. Ah, look at that.
Yes, I'm quite aware of your brazen act of corporate vandalism. By the way, those test subjects you killed, they died in agony.
Oh, I heard him scream. I don't care.
My scientists
They're not
assure me
real.
they can recover the data you've destroyed. You've succeeded in temporarily delaying our research. Nothing more. That isn't true. It can't be. You're trying to manipulate me. That experiment was absolutely essential to the program. My scientists assured me they were close to a breakthrough. They gave me their word.
You're right.
Damn you. You are telling the truth. My scientists have been lying to me, and I was stupid enough to trust them at their word. We're going to have to start all over again. All that research, all those experiments, you've set us back decades. You were always an unknown variable. I tried to recruit you, but you threw your lot in with that madman, Phineas Wells.
Ah, god damn it. God damn it. Why can't I just have
This
what fucking
prison
level
is
do you need for
equipped
this
with
shit?
an automechanical warden. I've had it programmed to
Sergeant Hack.
eliminate you on sight and rinse your remains down a drain. And don't worry, I will inform Dr. Wells that you died heroically or something.
Sounds good to me. I like being washed down a drain. It's about what I deserve, really. Can I?
Great work.
You know what? I couldn't use my fucking perks anywhere else. Here they go. You fucking missed!
We're pretty good at this.
Look. Okay. Fuck you. I couldn't use my goddamn persuade. It wasn't high enough. Right, it's just my... I'm just gonna persuade. Fucking 5 points off. 5 points off for how that could have been mine. But no. Could have just avoided the fight altogether. No. No. It's a good gun switch. It's a really good gun switch there.
Why won't you just shy?
One down. We made it.
That was a lot easier than I thought it would be.
You don't know how glad I am to see you.
You fucking start
You
stroking
did the
me.
right thing. Akande was a monster. Her death was much deserved, and long overdue. And you lunatic, you broke into the board's own fortress just to rescue one doddering old man. You are absolutely out of your mind, and I can't begin to thank you enough.
Kid, the board never stood a chance.
All in a day's work for you, huh? You've broken the board's stranglehold on this colony, and you saved my life. But there's still so much we have yet to accomplish. You and I are going to have to work harder than ever to save Halcyon. I'm afraid the situation is far worse than any of us ever anticipated.
You and I go to super hard. Great. And I was just about to
I would
pop
like
open
nothing more than to
some
celebrate
drinks.
this victory, but we have a
You wanna
serious
take about
problem on
alcoholism?
our hands. Earth has gone dark. We haven't received a single message in 3 years. There's been no communication, no signals, nothing. 2 years ago, the Earth's Directorate's frigate disappeared on their way back to Earth. We don't know what they discovered when they arrived, or if they arrived at all.
Earth is only an idea to us. But that idea is the bedrock the colony is built upon. If people were to find out it's gone dark, the shock could be too much to bear.
I don't want to imagine
So
what will
Earth is
happen
gone?
once the news gets out. Let's just keep this between us for now.
You mean
It's
you're
in Fallout.
alone out?
We're in Fallout.
Really alone?
I'm afraid so, Miss Holcomb.
No, 'cause,
Halcyon
no.
is the only home
You got
we
to
have
leave.
left. Returning to Earth is no longer an option. We're in serious trouble, my friend. Do you know what this means for Halcyon? We can't rely on Earth for support anymore. We've been cut loose. We're entirely on our own. Yes, we do. You've done a marvelous thing. You've succeeded where anyone else would have failed, including me. We
must begin the revival process immediately, starting with the Hope's brightest minds. And then we're going to fix this damn colony, one problem at a time. We're going to need a leader, and I can't imagine a better person for the job than you. What do you say, old friend? Will you help us?
Somebody has to arrive. I'm the only competent person left.
You won't hear a word of disagreement from me. You're the best thing to ever happen to Halcyon. If you want to take it upon yourself to lead this colony, you have my support. We're not a colony any longer, are we? Our last connection to Earth has been severed, and so we have been set free. Our future is uncertain, and no one knows what tomorrow holds. Exciting, isn't it?
I guess we have to restart Earth, essentially. Terra 2 becomes only Terra. Nice ass.
The OSI teaches that everything in the universe happens according to the grand plan. But the stranger that arrived in Halcyon was an unplanned
Why is he facing the
variable.
opposite direction?
From the moment he landed in Emerald Vale, his actions altered the course of history. The events on Tartarus brought about the end of the board's authority. But the board's mistakes would haunt the colony for decades to come. The damage they left behind would require the work of a generation to repair. Dr. Phineas Wells began reviving a handful of the Hope's colonists. Engineers, scientists, technicians, and intellectuals. They were among the brightest minds the Earth had ever sent out into the stars. The Hope scientists and engineers woke up in a colony descending headlong into total collapse. With no way to return to Earth, they had no choice but to band together and devote themselves to the cause of saving Halcyon. The people of Halcyon were nothing if not hardy. In the absence of the board's authority, many of the colony's settlements banded together with a single purpose in mind: survival. Life was especially hard in the years to come. Some towns dissolved by attrition and starvation, but most of them found a way to carry on. In the years to come, Halcyon was forced to reckon with its newfound freedom. The board was gone, and for better or worse, the colony was responsible for its own destiny. Between MSI's worker-centric policies and the iconoclast's manpower, Sanjar and Zora were able to rally many of the Terra 2 townships to their cause. MSI's workforce swelled, and the iconoclasts enjoyed a significant surge in their ranks. The board was too distracted by infighting and internal politics to stop MSI from becoming a powerful corporation and a refuge for townships that might have fallen through the cracks. Sublight Salvage adapted to the changes in Halcyon, shifting their business model to suit the times. Their claims of legitimacy were scrutinized, but ultimately unquestioned. Lilia Hagen would continue to protect her family as ruthlessly as ever. Adelaide McDevitt replaced Reed Thompson as the leader of Edgewater. She and her followers transformed Edgewater in their image. Anyone loyal to Reed was pressured into leaving town, and those who stayed behind adapted to her way of life. Adelaide transformed the old cannery into a new garden. The nearby Edgewater Cemetery provided a convenient source of fertilizer. Junlei Tennyson fought to protect the Groundbreakers' independence. While the board's influence faded, mechanical difficulties forced her to rely on parts that only corporations could provide. The cost was high, and time would tell if Junlei could balance the work with her aspirations for a better future. The rediscovery of the Hope and the abandonment of the Lifetime Employment Program forced Byzantium to come to terms with some uncomfortable realities about the state of Halcyon. While Byzantines were reluctant to surrender the luxuries they'd grown accustomed to, the board's diminished authority gave them little choice in the matter. Nearly everyone had to learn to make do with less. Some even had to get jobs. It was a dark time indeed. Even the Gorgon asteroid, though a distant enigma to most of Halcyon, felt the aftershocks of your actions. The destroyed Adrena Time synthesizer became a symbol of the board's cruelty, and a rallying point for Wells and his scientists as they sought to build a more humane, ethical Halcyon. They cleared the dead from Gorgon's laboratories and repurposed them to aid in the crucial work of solving the colony's nutrition crisis. Gorgon, which had once sown death and destruction across Halcyon, became a source of hope and renewal. The Gorgon Project's final explosive end was bittersweet for Olivia Ambrose. She wandered the colony's fringes alone, searching for others like her who despised the board and meant to destroy them. In time, she found Phineas Wells and his cadre of scientists, and she joined them in their efforts to save Halcyon. For a while, she even knew an uneasy peace. But for all that, Olivia found purpose in Wells' project. She was always haunted by the memory of her daughter, Minnie, who hadn't lived to see the better world they were building. She never did forgive herself for the horror her work had wrought on Halcyon. But she remembered fondly the daring captain who'd put an end to it at last. In spite of everything, the Gorgon asteroid remained a sobering reminder of the potential for progress and disaster in humanity's most ambitious efforts. Your influence shifted Ellie's perspective. She finally admitted, albeit grudgingly, that she just might need other people. Sometimes. With a steady income from the life insurance payouts, she was finally able to afford a ship of her own. She hired a small crew and flew supply missions to communities on the fringe. Some of them were even legal. Life in Halcyon was sobering for Felix Millstone. The grand revolution he dreamed of never came. There was no great awakening for the colony, no celebrations in the streets. There was only the hard, desperate work of trying to repair a broken colony. Felix never had a head for numbers, but if there was labor to be done, he was there to help. Eventually, Felix realized that the work of a revolution was done with two hands. As much as he enjoyed his adventures aboard the Unreliable, the vicar, known as Max, eventually decided that it was time to move on, to live out the life he had sought so long to create. He knew there were many in the colony who carried burdens much worse than the ones he had struggled with, and he devoted himself to easing their suffering wherever he could. He only ever took up arms again to defend the defenseless. Unshackled from a lifetime of striving and fighting the universe and himself, Vicar Maximilian de Soto was finally at peace.
He was dead.
Though Parvati eventually grew comfortable aboard the Unreliable, she never quite came out of her shell. She seemed to prefer the company of Ada to the crew, and she could often be found neck-deep in cables and grease, telling Ada funny stories from her childhood. While the colony fell into chaos, she found an island of relative peace with Ada, and they formed an unusual bond. She decided to remain aboard the Unreliable permanently as its chief and sole engineer. The SAM unit that accompanied you spread awareness of the product line's superior sanitation and maintenance capabilities across what was left of the colony. This led to a boost in SAM unit sales. Did you know that SAM units are the longest-lasting, toughest-acting cleaning solution in Halcyon? Minister Clark was released from house arrest, and his contact with you gave him a sense of renewed purpose and vigor. Once it became clear that no help would be coming from Earth, he threw his considerable efforts and talents into helping Halcyon manage the crisis before it. As for Dr. Phineas Wells, he spent his remaining years in his orbital lab. He eventually came to terms with his own past and was able to forgive the mistakes of his younger self by devoting his remaining years to serving the colony. Dr. Wells was able to revive many more scientists and engineers than he first expected, thanks to the additional batch of chemicals you stole from the Ministry. Wells never forgot about the human lives that were lost in acquiring these chemicals. In the end, Dr. Wells was able to save every scientist and engineer aboard the Hope. Over the next decade, nearly all of the Hope's remaining colonists were successfully revived. Halcyon saw a period of rapid technological and scientific advancement. Breakthroughs in dietary supplements saved the colony from starvation. Geoengineering projects and social reforms began to change the structure and character of the colony. Dr. Wells laid the groundwork for the project to save the colony, but he would never live to see the fruits of his labor. He passed away a few years later. His work was carried on by the scientists and engineers he revived. Today, Halcyon has stabilized. The people of the colony work hard to adapt to their new circumstances. Nearby colonies send aid and supplies. Life will never be easy in Halcyon, but for the first time in its history, there exists a sense of real, genuine hope about the future. And what about you, the unplanned variable in the history of Halcyon? You brought an end to the chaos on Tartarus, and proved yourself the most capable leader left in the colony. You administered the colony in your own image. With the old power of the board destroyed, a new government of Halcyon rose with you at its center. With your steady hand, you guided Halcyon through the turbulent years that were to follow, and helped ensure the survival of the colony until the end of your days. No one knows what's happened to Earth, and no one knows what the future has in store for Halcyon. All we know for certain is this: the name of the Unreliable and that of its intrepid captain will remain the subject of countless stories for years to come.
Can I skip this part? No? Yes. Well, obviously something after. Just skip it, it's done. Okay, thank you all for watching. Do like, comment, subscribe, follow on Twitch, it all helps out. What we'll be doing next is beyond my fucking brain capacity, so we'll figure it out when that time comes. I've got a bunch of games to play, and no idea when to play them. I'll figure it out. Until then, bye-bye.